Hello and welcome to Share Talk. I am Bonnie Hughes. Today we are speaking with Global Energy Metals. They are focused on cobalt and they have a diverse portfolio of projects in Australia, Nevada, and Ontario. Here to tell us all about the company and the future prospects is Graham Abbott, Head of Corporate Communications. Hello, Graham, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Bonnie.
So you have projects in Nevada which are 150 kilometers from Tesla's Gigafactory.
They are, yep.
That's very strategic. Do you want to give us a bit more of a background on those projects?
I will. They are two projects, Lovelock and Treasure Box. Lovelock was mined in the 1880s. So we're going back a ways. 200 tons of material was taken out, but phenomenal grades. 14% cobalt, 12% nickel. It has not been really looked at in a modern era. So we're going to go back in there and we're going to take a look at it. And we're quite excited by the prospect. It's in Nevada, which, as probably a lot of the viewers know, is an excellent mining jurisdiction, access to skilled labor, and just a phenomenal place to work.
And what are the plans for the Nevada project going forward?
Going forward, after we've had some of the lab results correlating with the historical data on the property, we're going to do some surveying. We've got an excellent technical team there. We're going to do some sampling as well. And in combination with that, we're going to do an integrated model, and that will incorporate some of the historical geological data on the project, as well as some of the historical workings. And that will give us a fairly good idea of some high priority targets so we can extrapolate those targets out of that process.
And you currently have a 70% interest in those projects.
We have an 85% interest in those.
Yeah. And are you planning to take that up to 100 or?
Well, we're planning on exploiting the project and finding out what's there. I think the historical numbers are fantastic, so we're going to go to work on it and really try to achieve some good numbers off that property. I think it's an excellent area. It's rich in cobalt and nickel and copper mineralization, so I think there's a chance to see some good cobalt numbers and some good nickel numbers out of that project as well.
And obviously it's a very good jurisdiction because these days everybody is hoping to source cobalt outside of the DRC, so Nevada, US is...
Nevada, US is fantastic as a jurisdiction and especially important now that the US has realized that they're potentially falling behind in the race for a lot of battery material. So it's an excellent time as Congress starts to look into this and is hearing from experts about battery materials and the necessity for them and for supply. So it's an excellent time to be focused in the U.S. On a domestic project. And being in Nevada, which the Fraser Institute, I think in 2018 ranked as the world's #1 mining jurisdiction, I mean, it's a fantastic place to be.
And your project in Australia, so you've already done a bit of work on that project.
We have, yeah.
And you're moving it forward with definition drilling and PEA and...
Yeah. That came to us, I'll give a little background. That project was originally looked at through a copper lens. But they found a lot of cobalt mineralization there. There was a lot of good cobalt numbers. It has a JORC resource on it, initially at 3.1 million tons, grading about 0.14% cobalt. It's open pittable. So we did 10 holes last year, and that helped us to delineate and confirm some of the existing data sets on that property. We did some preliminary metallurgical work in the fall and had 95% cobalt and copper recoveries on that in concentrate. So we were very, very happy with the progress that we've made on that. And the second phase that we're planning later on, hopefully this year, we would see that phase 2 project come in. We do another series of holes. It's open at depth, it's open on strike. It's a 3-kilometer strike line, so there's lots of opportunity there. A lot of it is unexplored, and essentially we have a blue sky opportunity built into it, so it's a very exciting project, and the ability to expand it and put in significant tonnage is exciting.
So the Mount Isa project in Australia is 100% owned, and give us some detail on the technical team that's there.
It is 100% owned. We also have added 2 properties to give us a large district cobalt footprint there in that Mount Isa region. It is also a lot like Nevada in that there's great expertise, fully serviced. It's near port facility, so it's an excellent jurisdiction. It's a very prolific mining region. And our partners there, our technical partners, we acquired the property from Hammer Metals. And a few years ago, they were Australia's Miner of the Year. So working with them was a very good fit. They were looking for somebody. Our management team has excellent cobalt experience. We've got about 10 years cumulative experience in cobalt. So we teamed up with a technical team that is excellent on the ground. So it's really a good merger.
Excellent. And then finally, Ontario, you have a joint venture with another company.
We do. With Marquis out of Australia. They had looked at that region. Warner Lake is one of our legacy projects. We've held that for a number of years. Very good grades. So they wanted to come in and do some drilling. They've earned their initial 30% in the project, and they can earn up to a 70% interest with GEMC holding about 30% at the end of it.
Excellent. You raised some money in April.
We did.
And so you have some cash to carry out your activities for this year?
We do. We have the ability. We're cashed up. We're ready. We were oversubscribed on that financing, which was excellent in a resource market that is sometimes difficult. So we are going to focus our attentions right now. Work is underway at Nevada, the preliminary work and putting together a work program. So we're cashed up and ready to go there. So we're quite excited by the potential.
And it's nice to see that management owns 20% of the outstanding shares.
It is, yes, 20%, about 10% held by institutions and 70% retail. So
that's very good news. And you currently trade on the TSX Venture.
We do.
And you are potentially looking at another exchange?
We are. We have a great following in the UK, some very supportive groups in the UK. So we are looking right now, work is underway to have a listing in the UK, and that would give our UK investor base a chance to invest directly into GEMC. So we're excited about that opportunity as well.
And as it's difficult to establish relationships in the UK, how did you build an investor base here?
We have an excellent group that we worked with. They've been fantastic in terms of helping us to raise capital and build awareness here. So we're very, very happy with the UK and the team that we have here.
That's excellent. And so what news flow are investors expected to hear over the next few weeks?
I think that you'll see us updating the Nevada project as we move along. We always keep our website up to date, so the news flow will continue on that Nevada project. So I think that we will build a lot of interest on that, and I think that the news coming out of there will be very, very good for investors, and I think it will spark some serious interest.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Graham, very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we look forward to speaking with you again and hearing more about the progress of the project.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And thank you very much for joining us on Share Talk.